All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Mawakakwadash, and of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim that are preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. And of course, shalom to you few sisters as well that believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So this is the funeral of the Pope at the Vatican. And this man on IG, his name is Peter Kane Dog Training. Peter Kane Dog Training 1. And he had posted this video. Now I just took a thumbnail screenshot of it. But you can see, all right, you see these people, you know, dressed up in that what looks like, you know, attire that a wizard would wear, attire that somebody that deals with witchcraft or a form of divination. And they even have staves that light up on the crown, you know. Now this is a highly satanic ritual, man, that's taking place at the Vatican's at the Pope's funeral in the Vatican. Okay, now let's get some scriptures, you know, because you know, people are all, you know, bummed out about the death of the Pope. Even my woman was talking to me like, "Oh, did you know the Pope died?" And I was like, "What about it? That dude's a demon. That dude's an Edomite." Okay, and chiefly, you know, he's an Amalekite. Okay, he's the chief house of Satan, man. Okay, he's the, you know, them so-called Jews, Amalekites. They are the worst of the worst. Okay, they're so bad that other Edomites hate them, man. Okay, Germans, just to speak of one group or one sect of Esau, Edom, I can say as of now, because, you know, the original Germans, okay, were actually Jakes, but, you know, these Germans, you know, the Nazis, if you will, they hated them so-called Jews, man. Okay, Henry Ford, he hated the so-called Jew. Okay, these are other so-called white people that hate, you know, the head of their nation. Okay, because they are the chief house. They are the worst. Okay, and the Pope, the people that run the world, they happen to be Amalekites. Okay, so-called Jews. All right, so let me get these scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Now this is taking place right now. Okay, that's why in you know, the Middle East, the Levant, the Fertile Crescent, okay, that area is being filled with troops, with war. Okay, and if you actually Google, you know, the great river Euphrates is actually drying up. Okay, this prophecy is being fulfilled. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. Now the dragon, okay, goes back to the ancient Roman Empire. But we're living in a revitalization, or the revival of the Roman Empire. Okay, they have what you call the Renaissance era, which the word Renaissance means rebirth. It was the rebirth of Satan's kingdom on the earth through Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which is his physical counterpart. Okay, they had their Renaissance era, which took place around, you know, the 1400s. And out of the mouth of the beast, which the beast is what, you know, is this military alliance of NATO and the EU. Okay, along, of course, with America. America's part of NATO. And out of the mouth of the false prophet. The false prophet, okay, is dealing with the Vatican, all right? The Roman Catholic Church, the Pope. Those unclean spirits, those three unclean spirits, is dealing with sects of Esau's system, which, give it its power, allow it to, thrive the way it does. Okay, now one of those three frogs, okay, is America. All right, Washington, D.C., which runs their military. Okay, another one is, of course, Rome. Okay, which is where you have the Catholic Church, the Vatican. And the last would be London, which controls the finances of these devils, man. Okay. Now, it says, for they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Almighty. You see that, man? Okay, these are devils, man. These are a demonic people. How many accounts, how many accusations go out every year of children being molested, okay, amongst these Catholics, man? Okay, they got Catholic, what do you call it? Like where Catholic, preachers, pastors, whatever you will, ministers, Catholic ministries, they'll go to other countries to, attempt to bring religion, which the word religion means to bind. They bring people under bondage, under their witchcraft, and they'll be molesting people, man, raping women, man. Okay, you hear about, when them Catholics go on them ministries to like South America, Central America, and they rape all them Jake children, man. Okay, and it can be far-fetched, man, because it's a constant thing that's being brought out. Okay, how them Catholic churches be molesting children, and it's not just the Catholic Church, but this is the the finger being pointed at this devil on that sect of the world. Okay, it says, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Almighty. The world is being prepared for war. Okay, the things that are being pushed behind the scenes with the Illuminati, the elite of Esau, Edom, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gettys, Oppenheimers. Okay, they're working witchcrafts behind the scenes, okay, to push the world into war. What Trump is doing, Donald Trump is doing, it's not his will. Ultimately, first and foremost, it's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, these devils are giving this man a script of what to do. And all these nations are being prepared to go to war in the Middle East. All nations are going to meet up in the valley of Yehoshaphat, the valley of Jehoshaphat, which means the valley of the Heavenly Father's judgment. Okay. Also, the battle, the Mount of Troops, Armageddon, Armageddon in the Hebrew, which means mountain of troops. Okay, the Battle of Armageddon. That's going to take place in the Middle East, man. Okay, verse 15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. Okay, Yahweh Shai is coming as a thief. And blessed are those that are watching okay, that are seeing what's going on and keeping your garments, man. When we out there on the highways and byways, we wearing garments, okay? So that means that, you're watching, you're putting on, therefore, as the elect and doing the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. It says, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Okay? Lest he walk naked and they see his shame. These guys that fall out, these guys that are bugging out, okay, they're walking naked. We see their shame. Okay, Gorilla Hebrew, oh, that dude been pegged. Okay? We call him Pegasus. Like the brothers were saying, there's a reason why the Apostle Rakah started calling him Elazé. Okay? That's that fruity-ass blue drink. No, actually, Salakia, that fruity-ass blue drink was hypnotic. But Elazé is another fruity-ass drink, man. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me Google that real quick. You see, so I looked it up, and is Elazé a strong drink? Elazé is a line of alcoholic drinks. It is produced in several varieties that can be consumed neat or can be used in mixed drinks. Blah, 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 blah. It says it's 16% alcohol, and it's, it's one of those fruity drinks, man. One of those drinks that, predominantly women like to drink, man. So, put on as the elect, keep your garments, man. Do the work. Okay, this is verse 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which is the mountain of troops. Okay, which is in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Okay, so that was pretty much it, man. You get the point. All right, they're doing witchcraft. People were all bummed out about the Pope dying. He's a fucking demon, man. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Harak HaKodash for putting his ass to death. Okay? And may Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Harak HaKodash Shalak Mawath Lakal Adawam. Okay? For those of you that know. Alright? So yeah, with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Harak HaKodash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles, our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. And of course, you few sisters as well. Till next time, Shalom.